There's a really great song called I'm a Mover. This is by British band Free. This was from their Tons of Sobs album, recorded in the late 60s. It's got a really nice bluesy feel to the whole album. There's also a great live version of I'm a Mover from Free Live, an album which was released in 1971. I particularly like Andy Fraser's bass line on this live version. I'm going to show you how to play the main sections of that bass line in this video. When you learn the bass line from the live version, you'll be able to play the studio version as well, and they're both in the same key. I've transcribed the whole of Andy Fraser's bass line note for note. You can get that in standard notation and tab on a free PDF by clicking the link below this video in the description. I'm a Mover is in the key of G major. It's got quite an easy chord progression because really the song's just based on two main grooves. The live version is a bit slower than the studio version. In fact, it's really slow, and you can kind of really get a good sense of Andy Fraser's groove and the way that he really plays a laid back feel on this song. Andy Fraser mostly used the Gibson EB3 for his free days. He occasionally used the Epiphone Rivoli bass as well, but this sounds like his Gibson bass. It's got a really nice, fat, kind of slightly overdriven sound. I'm going to use my P bass for this recording because I don't have a Gibson. I'll now play you the main groove. So this is based on a G minor pentatonic scale. This is G minor pentatonic. It doesn't use the F, the flat 7, but it uses all the other notes. And what's really special about this groove is the articulation. So you've got short, long, short. Short, short. Okay? Short, short. And then that last note is longer, okay? So try that with me. So you're just going to use G, B flat, C, D and high G, okay? So 3, 4. And then sometimes Andy Fraser just plays an extra note in there like this. Okay, so we're just playing G up to the octave G and back down again. So try that with me. 3, 4. So this is the first groove. This is the second groove. And Andy Fraser just kind of mixes those grooves together. He doesn't kind of play them in a set pattern. Sometimes he'll just put one of the different grooves in, or he'll play it for 4 bars and then switch grooves. So it doesn't really matter. If you play this song live, you can mix in both of those patterns. So those two patterns just make up half a bar of G, half a bar of C, and that's for the whole of the verses, okay? If you're enjoying this video, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. And if you click the bell and select all, you'll get notified as soon as I release a new video. Then we have the first guitar break, and the progression changes. We go up to D there. It's kind of half a bar of D, half a bar of G. In the last bar of the guitar break, we've got D, F, D. Okay, we've got this groove here. So articulation is really important here. Most of this section is short. But we've got this kind of hammer on here, this smooth hammer on. Okay, so what we've got is D and then F, F sharp, D. Okay. Okay, and then we've got F sharp, G, G. Okay. You have to shift quite a bit to play that. It's a little bit technical. I'll keep my second finger on D actually. You could play the open D. If you want to, that makes it a bit easier. It's up to you. But we're playing D, 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 F, F sharp, D, and then F sharp, G, G. Okay, try that with me. 3, 4. And then this bit here. So A and then F sharp to hammer on to, sorry, F hammer on to F sharp, okay? Or you could do that. Okay? It's probably easier, okay? I naturally just go to that A there, but this A here. Okay, and again you can use the open Ds. The second bar is down to B. Okay. Okay, the third bar is the same as the first bar, and then we've got, so that's on F, F. So just land on this F here, and you're playing root 5th octave. So F, C, F. And then D, B, and then D here like that. I play it down here because I can slide down to the next verse, okay? So, but if you find that tricky, you can play that D there, but you've got to slide to that anyway. So just try and do this one, okay? So this guitar break's a little bit tricky. I'll play it through for you, have a listen, and then try it after yourself. Okay, now it's good to learn these different articulations, but again, Andy Fraser mixes it up. Sometimes he goes, and sometimes he goes. Okay, you can do a slide there instead of a hammer on. Or you can play it short, okay? So he kind of mixes it up there. So it's good to learn it, but remember when you're playing the bass line, you can kind of swap it up and just play what you think sounds good, okay? But just take his kind of ideas on board, and he plays a mixture of short and long notes, and that really comes out when you listen to the bass line. These are the two main sections of the songs, and they're just repeated, but Andy Fraser being Andy Fraser, he really improvises on these ideas, okay, and changes them up a little bit as we go through the bass line. The intro's a little bit different. We've got 2 bars of drums, and then bass comes in this pattern. Okay, so it's kind of the same as the main groove, but a bit different on the last beat. That's really nice and bluesy there. So I play the B flat here because you're going to go up to the B. Okay, B flat, B, G. Or you could slide it like that, okay? And then the second bar. Okay, that's the same. Third bar. Okay, that's different. Okay. Okay. And the last bar. Okay, now on the recording I can hear a G, it sounds like this. Kind of a G carried on, but I can also hear this pattern. Okay, so maybe there's kind of 2 things going on there, because I know sometimes 3 would do lots of different takes. So maybe there's kind of 2 takes in there. It doesn't really matter, okay? This sounds quite cool. It's definitely in there somewhere. Okay, so the intro's a little bit different. Remember, this is all down on the PDF for you to look at in tab and standard notation. I'll now go through the rest of the bass line and just pick out a few little nice things that Andy Fraser's doing. If we look at guitar break 2, it starts the same way. Like that, then it starts to get interesting. Okay, like that. There's a slide down off the D, and then this chromatic pattern, F, F sharp, G, and the next bar. Okay. And then next one. Okay, so this is kind of chromatic. We're going up by a fret each time, by a half step. And then. So there's really the same kind of choices of notes here on the low end of the bass, but just different rhythms, really interesting rhythms there. And then the last bar. Okay, so we've got this pattern here coming down from F. Okay, it's the other way from before where we went just descending. And then from F sharp, root 5th octave. Okay, this is quite tricky to play because Andy Fraser was a really, really great player. It's a little bit technical at times, so you might have to work through that slowly. In verse 3, there's a really nice high G bit like this. Okay. On the octave, on the 12th fret. And then the next bar, there's a gap on beat 1. So it's like this. It's really nice, that gap, but enables you to get back down the bass from that high G. Things change a little bit in the third guitar break. This is kind of an outro as well. It starts the same way. But from bar 49, it starts to get interesting. It really changes the groove there. So those bits there are just kind of bouncing off D and then E, F sharp, E, G, E. Okay, so it's bouncing off that low E. So it's kind of this pattern. So Andy Fraser's really great at mixing up, using the same notes and just mixing up the rhythm. It sounds quite funky there. It's really interesting. Then it moves on. Then we've got this really cool minor pentatonic idea. Okay, we play that up the octave. We just makes D minor pentatonic scale. The notes from D minor pentatonic scale. Down the octave. And then there's a really cool power chord. Okay, classic Andy Fraser. He loves his power chords. So that's just using root 5th octave. Okay, so we're already on the 5th. And then these two notes. Okay, that makes a lovely power chord at the end of the bass line. Again, the articulation's great here. Just that simple short note at the beginning of the pentatonic run really kind of gives it some character. This. Instead of. So always think about how you can use articulation to make your bass lines more interesting. So that's the bulk of the bass line. As I said, if you learn this version, you can play the studio version as well. Remember that all this is down note for note on the PDF you can get by clicking the link below in the description. So I'd love to hear what you thought of this bass line. This one was a suggestion actually from a subscriber, so thanks for this one. It's a really great version. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this lesson. If you've got any questions or any other suggestions of really cool bass lines, then let me know below. If you feel that you got value out of this lesson, you can always buy me a coffee. They're $5. The details are on the bottom of the screen here, or you can click links in the description. And don't forget to really help me out by liking and sharing this video and subscribing to my channel. You can also check out my website, gbshed.com. I've got bass courses over there. So some of my blues courses feature Andy Fraser. I've got other courses there on jazz, riff master courses. So check it out. That's gbshed.com. This is Greg from Greg's Bass Shed. I hope to see you very soon in the next video.